I decided to get some Huel. My cousin recommended this to me. He's been using Huel for a while now, and basically I got a shred for the wed. I have been a lot heavier than I am now. I know I could potentially be lighter. According to the BMI, I am clinically obese, but I also know that BMI is a fundamentally flawed concept. But I've got some Huel ordered, so I'm gonna have a little look, see what's in the box. My aim is not really to massively lose weight, but particularly as it's coming up to Christmas. Christmas is 3 weeks away. I just want to kind of think about regulating my dietary intake, particularly sort of breakfast. My plan is to do breakfast and lunch and then eat what I normally would for dinner, and just hopefully sort of regulate it so I can make sure I'm not going to put any weight on over Christmas, because I've got my first suit fitting in January. I actually just booked it today with Tom Fox up in Guildford, and so I figure it's probably going to be better if I'm at least staying a stable weight rather than suddenly putting on huge amounts of weight over Christmas and then getting a suit fitting that won't fit. Yeah, I'll let you know how it gets on. Let's see what's in the box. Why is it it's difficult to find a knife? I've got loads. But I'm actually genuinely considering, it's a ridiculous thing, I was considering which knife would look best on YouTube. Also helps when you cut through the tape and not actually try and cut through the box. Right. Paper. And then goodies. So I decided to try some of the berry granola just because actually I fancied trying that as an alternative, because one of the big things that you hear people talk about with Huel is it's very easy to just get fed up with drinking stuff. To be honest, like I say, I'm planning on only doing it for breakfast and lunch so I can still have proper dinners. Get a shaker. Got shakers, scoops. They clearly wanted to make sure I had enough scoops. I'm pretty sure I asked for a grey t-shirt. They've sent me a black one. Flavour sachets. And then box of Huel. My fiance is actually going to be doing this with me as well, so that's why I got more than enough for a month's worth of trying. So she's going to try and see what she thinks of it. Yeah, basically I think particularly for her, where she works is not really a very straightforward kitchen, so even just to use as a lunch. So that's why I got coffee, vanilla berry. It's really helpful when you decide to do an unboxing video about a weight loss product and then stand like a hulking behemoth over the box and just end up looking even more massive than you actually are. So this isn't really an unboxing sort of channel, and it's not really a weight loss sort of channel. I don't actually really know what sort of channel this is. It's a little bit photography, a little bit vlog, a little bit travel, a little bit of everything, to be honest. But why am I doing this video? The biggest thing is when you look online, if you try and Google Huel, Google Huel review, anything like that. I also don't know why I'm calling it Huel in quite that way. I don't know quite how to pronounce it, Huel. When you Google it, basically it seems to come up as either the greatest thing on earth or the worst thing, since almost anything I could pick to be the worst thing was going to be politically incorrect. So just imagine a really bad thing. People either tell you how it's changed their life and how it's made life so much better because they don't have to worry about it and they've lost weight and suddenly they're looking their best selves, and then the other side is you get people talking about the fact that you just miss food and that you end up with all sorts of bowel problems and various bits and pieces. And I suspect that both are potentially possible if you are really extreme with it. But how does this fit into just a normal lifestyle? So like I say, I don't really... The plan is I'd like to lose a little bit of weight, but I don't think I need to lose a lot of weight. I do have one slight issue, which is that particularly when I'm hungry, I tend to completely over-cater for myself. So my lunch that will be coming up shortly is a little bit of a classic example of that. You'll get to see what I do occasionally make myself for lunch. And so to be able to replace that with Huel would probably be sensible. And it's not going to be as tasty as my normal lunch, so it's Korean fried chicken. You may or may not have seen on my channel before that I do really take my sandwiches quite seriously. So Korean fried chicken montage right now. yeah, just trying to be a little bit more balanced and a little bit more sensible with what I eat and what I put in my body. And I'll let you know how it gets on. I'll let you know how it tastes, let you know what it's like. Yeah, so like I say, I don't really know why I'm putting this up on my channel, other than the fact that it's a really slow week. I don't know what else to put up on my channel. That's not true. There's always stuff I could put up on my channel. I feel this will be genuinely helpful, particularly as it seems like a balanced middle ground review. If that's what we get, would be actually quite a useful thing to have, rather than it just being negativity or super positivity. Right, lunch done, and I'm going to have to save the proper investigation of all the Huel stuff till after lunch. So when there's clearly a complete change in colour temperature, and clearly it's suddenly the evening, somebody made a comment about this, that sometimes if I vlog and it suddenly changes from day to night, people get confused. It's time, people, it happens. So I'm going to go back to work and go and do my regular job, and then I'll have a proper investigation of all of this later and have a look at if there's anything I need to know or any of that sort of stuff. So, back to work. So I did all that filming at lunch. Turns out I was quite tired and quite hungry, a bit broken. I hope it made sense. I'm going to hope I can put it together and make sense in the edit. Basically, the main thing is, why am I using Huel? Why? So I should probably say here, I'm not sponsored by Huel. I've paid for all of this. This is purely just a bit of an experiment to see how things get on. And I don't know. I don't know whether it's going to be great. I don't know whether it's going to be awful. We will see. So essentially, long and short of it, that's why I'm using Huel, because it's not that I want to lose a lot of weight. I just want to be a little bit trimmer for the wedding. So I'm gonna weigh myself probably tomorrow morning. So I'm gonna put it here. So this is what I weigh now, or tomorrow morning. And I'll keep an eye on it over the next few weeks, and I'm sure I'll check back in. The other reason I'm making this video is because I've kind of come to the belief that if I'm looking for something on the internet and I can't find it, maybe it'd be worth me doing it. Trying to find a guide onto how much Huel you should have, how much you should mix it, all of those sorts of things. It just gets so complicated. Even on the Huel website, there isn't something really simple that says for every scoop of Huel, put 200 ml of water in. There's a guide. If you read into it, it starts talking about, it refers to how much water you should add if there's 4 scoops, but it doesn't, and then it talks about a 2 scoop thing. And I know you can work it out, but actually, really straightforwardly, I'm just going to have a bit of a play with it and work out what I think works. And I'm going to work out how much I should have. I've looked up, according to a calorie calculator I found online, I should be having about 3,000 calories a day, 2,900 calories a day, based on my height, my current weight, my age. One of the big things all over Huel, it says don't try and have too little. So they suggest having 500 calories less a day. If you're trying to lose a pound a week, you should have 1,000 calories less a day if you're trying to lose 2 pounds a week. I think at the moment what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 2 3-scoop meals a day. Basically that should be about 1,000 calories, and then I'll have dinner. Now that's actually quite considerably less than that's about 1,000 less than my calculator says I need, and I'll give you my feedback on how to make it taste good. I've got 3 different flavors. I got the coffee, the berry, and the vanilla. I also got a flavor sachet thing to try, and I got the granola. So I'll try those and I'll let you know what's good and what's not. And I'm not convinced I'm going to try baking with it just yet, but we'll see. Basically just to give you an insight into how I'm getting on with it. Right, so day 3 of Huel. What have I learned so far? 200 ml of water to a scoop seems to be about the right amount. Seem to be happy with that. That gives a nice consistency that is easy to drink, but isn't too watery and equally isn't too thick. I can drink it relatively easily in sort of one go. I've seen some people say if you make it thicker, so do 150 ml per scoop, then it creates a much thicker smoothie so you can actually sip it throughout the morning. Flavour, the vanilla. Doesn't taste like any vanilla I've tasted. What it tastes like is every other vanilla protein powder, which is, say, not a lot of vanilla, but it's not bad, it's just sweet. I'm really liking mine with a shot of coffee in the morning, which gives it a nice coffee kick. Haven't tried the coffee flavour mix that I got yet. And today I'm going to try one of the flavour sachets. I'm also going to try blending it, because apparently blending it gives a smoother consistency, so I'm going to try that. This is the exciting world of Huel. All you want to talk about is Huel. That's the one side effect, is you turn into an obnoxious what's-it who all they ever want to talk about is Huel. Emma has decided to play the fun game that we like to call Let's Put Stuff Away, which is really useful, but trying to find the flavour sachets, and I'm not entirely sure where she's put them, so we'll find them in a minute. I found them. They're by the kettle. Why wouldn't they be by the kettle? Makes perfect sense. So what flavour do we go with? I think I'm going to go with caramel today. No, strawberry. I'm going to go with strawberry today. That's what I'm going to go with. I will go as far as to say that actually the strawberry really smells of strawberry. I was quite impressed. Actually, when you open the strawberry thing, you really smell it. I'm going to try some of the other flavours. Yeah, strawberry is good. Still tastes like strawberry protein shake rather than real strawberries, so I might try actually blending in some fruit at some point. But yeah, strawberry's good. So I'm going to try the coffee one. I've tried their original with a shot of my coffee in it, but it is a little bit of a faff having to make up a coffee sometimes, particularly if it's quick in the morning. So I'm going to try the coffee one, which I ordered from them, and see whether that one's tasty as well. So coffee one is good. It basically just tastes like the coffee one I make, just I like my coffee slightly more. But yeah, it's good actually. It tastes quite nice. Nice bit of a change. So I've decided to try and actually mix one up with some fresh berries and some banana, just as something a little bit different. I'm going to try making it actually a little bit thicker. So I'm going to try 3 scoops with a banana and some berries and probably about 400 ml of water, just to see how that tastes and just give it a slightly different texture. So we'll see. Right, so I have been using Huel for about a week and a half now, and yeah, it works. It's good. It's really convenient. It's fantastic for lunch. It's fantastic for breakfast. It means that I can actually get breakfast before I go to work. It means that lunch I actually have more time to do what I need to do. Tastes alright. The plain vanilla one is good. I prefer the taste of the coffee one. The vanilla is really good if you want to add flavours to it. Haven't tried the berry one just yet, but I will let you know how that is. Next time I get more, I'm also definitely going to get some of the unsweetened one, because the unsweetened one, I think it's going to be really straightforward to add other flavours to, and I do find the vanilla one really quite sweet. I have been sticking to breakfast and lunch, certainly during the week, and then normally at the weekends I either have it for breakfast or lunch, and then for dinner I'm just having a normal dinner and trying to be sensible about my portions on that. Like I said at the beginning, when I weighed myself initially, I was 115.8 kilos. I'm now, so a week and a half later, I'm 114.2, so I've lost about 1.5 kilos, so that's about 3 pounds for Americans. Yeah, haven't really had any negatives from it. First couple of days I was a little bit windy. I haven't felt hungry from it. Actually, that's not true. Occasionally, if I have a day where I just do more, before dinner, sort of after work, I'm starting to get a little bit peckish. So what I've been doing is just mixing up 2 scoops with 200 ml of water, so really quite thick, and then a little bit of fruit, and just making like a smoothie bowl from it. Things that I've learned about mixing: 200 ml of water per scoop makes quite a nice thin, easily drinkable, I say thin, it's still thickish, but it's sort of an easily drinkable viscosity. If you go thicker, if you go 150, it makes it a bit thicker, makes it easier to sip rather than glug, but it does taste, it feels smoother in the mouth if you go for thicker. So 150 ml per scoop, it definitely goes, it feels smoother. At 200, it feels a little bit powdery, but then actually if you blend it rather than just shake it, that goes away anyway. Putting banana in it really helps with the viscosity, and so it helps with the texture. I suspect also similar sort of things. Putting peanut butter in there or avocado would do a similar thing, would just sort of smooth out the viscosity completely. The flavour sachets, I've tried the strawberry, I've tried the cacao, I've tried caramel, and I've tried chocolate mint so far. Chocolate mint chocolate, that was really good. Really tasted very minty and slightly chocolatey, and that was a really tasty thing. I don't know whether I'd want it all the time, but actually out of all the flavour sachets, that was probably one of the strongest, and they're all nice, but that was one of the strongest flavours. The strawberry added a little bit of strawberryness to it. The caramel made it taste sweeter, and considering it's really pretty sweet. And the cacao, yeah, that was nice. That was nice as well, and it wasn't too overpowering. Yeah, Emma's been liking it as well. She's been really liking the convenience. Actually, the unsweetened one is predominantly for her. Actually, she really wants to try the unsweetened one, and I'll just keep experimenting with it. I hope that's been helpful. I hope this has been a good sort of middle ground review, where it's not trying to be I ate it all the time forever and either loved it or hated it, but actually how it fits in with my life, and it's fitted in really well. I haven't missed eating because I am still eating. Yeah, if you're interested in trying it, it's convenient, it's cheaper than buying lunch every day. It's probably not cheaper than making a fresh lunch every day, but it's probably not far off. That's about it. So I hope this has been helpful to you. I hope it's sort of helped make your mind up as to whether this is something that is for you or not. I would say do it for whatever reason you want to do it. If you want to do it as a complete meal replacement, I'm not sure I could deal with it 3 meals a day for long. I could certainly do it for a week, maybe 2 weeks, but I'd break pretty quickly. But as part of a balanced diet, works pretty well. And yes, you can lose weight on it, you can maintain weight on it, you can probably gain weight on it. Let me know. I'd love to know your feedback, any experience you've had, any tips you've got, anything I should really try making. My favourite flavour, just very briefly, is a shot of coffee and a banana in the vanilla one. I really like that coffee banana mix. It tastes really quite lovely. I had it with frozen bananas today. That was really nice. It just sort of chilled it a little bit. Thank you very much. If you'd like to see more, if you're looking forward to the update, subscribe, let me know what you'd like to see, and comment down below and like this video if it was helpful. Thank you very much. Bye bye.